How y'all doing, man? Welcome back to the channel. Last night, if you remember, if you got to the end of the video, the game today that was to watch on this Sunday was Avalanche Stars. So, no.
Stars.
Oh. It's currently raining outside my apartment right now. But how y'all doing? Welcome back to the channel. If you saw my last video at the very end, the game of today that you needed to watch was Stars Avalanche, because it's Mikko Rantanen's first game against the Avalanche since being traded to Carolina and then the eventual trade to Dallas. So it's a big game. Definitely going to be mixed feelings from what I've been seeing on Twitter. The consensus is after the tribute video, that man's got a big ass bullseye on his chest because he decided to join the Stars. So then from there, here we are right now. Watch the game. It was a great game. It got out of hand a little bit, but ultimately Dallas would get back in it. And I'll save that for later after this. So let's go ahead. Let's catch these overtime highlights. And that saves me from watching the full 10-minute highlight portion of this. Saves me time. So let's go ahead.
They're 5-1. The games that have ended in overtime this season. Colorado 4-1. Devon Toews has a pair. Drury.
So Nelson starts the first face-off, but he goes off. Why they decided to switch him out, I'm not particularly sure. And then right after this, Dallas gets called for an offsides some 15, 20 seconds later.
And Makar. Drury was out for the face-off. He heads off to the bench.
Jack Drury, I'm sorry. Cale Makar came in. And then later on, they did another face-off. And then Brock Nelson's out for that, and he stays out for that.
It's Harley with Rantanen. And Johnston for Dallas. Stars in control of the puck. Here comes Harley. Push crossing with Rantanen. Offside.
This is the offsides.
Right, Belt. Keep an eye here. Nelson wants to go ahead here.
Yeah, McKinnon's got an open lane.
Good play there by Rand.
Now from here, Colorado wins the face-off. And I'm trying to think of the word. Because Nelson wins the face-off. Nate takes the puck. Passes up to Cale. And then Nate and Brock, they nearly run into each other. But Nate, holding on is for a little bit longer, he gives the puck to Cale. Cale, he's got a beeline basically to the goal. He gets a hot start, and then Thomas Harley, they get a stick on him, but it's way too late at that point, and then the game's over.
Avalanche control.
So I got it wrong. They pass it out to Cale, and then Nate, he comes around, gives it back to Cale. I watched this game. Why am I getting this shit wrong? That's brain fog for you. Sorry.
Opening minute of overtime. Here comes McKinnon. Dropping it back to Makar. Now Makar cuts to the middle. Shoot! Scores!
Now, I'm glad the Avs won this game. That being said, this game had no business going to overtime. For Dallas, why did they let Cale get a free run at? What are they doing? Letting him get a head of steam. They basically didn't get a stick on him until it was too late, and then he scores. By the way, Kale is the best defender on the planet. He should win the Norse. Just a thought from me, but I won't argue with you in the comments if you disagree.
The face-off win by Brock Nelson. Goes right in front of you, and I think he got waved off. He's going off the ice, and then Makar to McKinnon. McKinnon and Nelson almost run into each other right here. And then Makar goes to work, and Makar to McKinnon. McKinnon and Nelson almost run into each other right here.
So 53, he sticks with Nate for a little bit too long. I was thinking that this was like somewhat of a half screen by Nelson when he gets here, but that didn't make sense for me.
And then Makar goes to work, and doesn't get any better than this, folks. Shoot one way, back the other way, and what a goal by the best defenseman in the National Hockey League.
Now watch Wyatt Johnston. He just takes his foot off the gas a second, Enzo. That allows Makar to cut to the middle.
Now, I do want to say, watching this game, again, Colorado had this one in regulation with about 5 minutes left. So early on, it's scoreless. Jamie Benn commits, if memory serves me correct, this goddamn brain fog. He commits goaltender interference, 2 minute power play for the Avs, but they kill off the penalty. And I think a little bit later, Colorado's in its zone. They're passing the puck, but it hits a ref, shoots back to Mikko Rantanen, and passes to Rupe Hintz, who gives it to Jason Robertson. Goal, 1-0 Stars. So that's the first period. But then Jamie Benn, what's his name? Jamie Benn? Jamie Benn commits a high-sticking double minor. So now it's a 4-minute. Yes. Jamie Benn commits a high-sticking double minor. It's a 4-minute power play for the Avs. And like the first 2+ minutes, I'm thinking to myself, is Dallas really going to kill this off? Because outside of those 2 penalties, the refs are letting them play. And it's favoring the Stars, plus considering their last game against the Jets, which ended in a loss. And thinking about that game, no Hintz, no Heiskanen, Tyler Seguin, Niles Lundqvist, though he's been out a lot longer. So they were banged up going into that game. And they certainly didn't help themselves by leaving Jake Ottinger out to dry on a couple of goals. Jake, for the start of this game, at least the first period, he's the one that kept them in this game. But anyway, with about 1:24 left on Colorado's double minor power play, the Avalanche score. It's 1-1, and then that's basically the first period. So the second period, the Avs get a couple goals. It's 3-1. And by the end of the second period, it's 20-10 on shots on goal for the Avalanche. So outside of that early goal, which kind of was on a bad bounce because again the puck hit the ref, this game is basically all Avs. So then from there, it's about 5 minutes left, a little over 5 minutes, and Dallas is in the Colorado zone. They're getting shots on Scott Wedgwood. And by the way, Scott was a surprise starter because I thought Mackenzie Blackwood would start tonight because he was off versus Calgary. But Blackwood was sick. So, and he wasn't well enough in time to start this game. So Wedgie, he starts this game. And he's playing great. But, as I was saying earlier, they're getting shots on Wedgwood, but he's making some crazy saves, like crazy saves. He has one where I think he reaches out with the glove hand and he tips it out basically, like a la Linus Allmark a few games ago. But Colorado can't secure the puck, so ultimately it ends up back with Dallas. Dallas takes another shot, they miss, but they get the rebound. Dallas scores. It's 3-2, and it's like the kind of goal where it tumbles over Wedgwood and it goes in the goal. It trickles in. So now it's 3-2. So I'm just thinking, okay, Dallas has some life, because at a certain point in time I was going to cut this game off ultimately, but once they scored again, I was like, okay, I'm back. I'm here. Let's watch to the end. If Colorado could get some insurance on the empty net, that's great. And then not even 20 seconds later, it's in the Colorado zone. The Avs have the puck. Sam Girard turns it over. Matt Duchene scores. The game's tied. It's 3-3 now. And I'm just thinking to myself, what is Sam Girard doing? Like this game is won. Like the first two Stars goals are basically off just weird bounces. Mad scrambles. This is a bad goal. Sam Girard hung Scott Wedgwood out to dry. The game's tied now. And then we get to overtime. Dallas lets Cale Makar get ahead of steam. Nobody touches him until he's right there in front of Oettinger, and then the game's over. So Avalanche 4-3. As much as this is a big win for Colorado, I dare say it's kind of a loss too, because Dallas had no business getting a point in this one. If I'm the Avs, you got to win this one in regulation. And now I know the Stars have a day off or so. The Avs don't play again until Wednesday when they're at Toronto. So hopefully they keep their stretch going. I'm trying to remember who Dallas plays next. I think it's Anaheim. Yeah, I'm pretty sure it's Anaheim. But yeah, that's basically Avs Stars. A couple bad bounces, an awful turnover by Sam Girard. Even though he took the loss today, Jake Oettinger was great. He was great today. He was much better than how he played versus Winnipeg. So the Central continues to stay tight and all that good shit. But before I go, so what we got right now, so the Monday games, Sabres, Bruins, Flyers, Lightning, two games to watch. So Devils, Blue Jackets, and then Kings, Wild. So those are the two games to watch for tomorrow. I'll be at a concert tomorrow. Well, working a concert tomorrow at my job, because you know how that goes. Got to pay rent, all that good shit. The big guys, they're 10 points ahead of Carolina, so I'm feeling good. St. Louis, Vancouver tied for the second wild card. And by the way, the Canucks and Blues, they play March 20th. Third and final meeting between the two teams. So if the tiebreaker comes down to them, I want to see this Blues team in the playoffs. It would be nice to see them again. Calgary, Utah, they've both got 71 points. Anaheim, they take a tough loss to the Blues tonight, 7-2. Winnipeg still tied with Seattle 2-2. Eric Comrie got knocked out of the game for a little bit, but he's come back. Islanders beat the Panthers 4-2. Edmonton 3-1 over New York. You know how I feel. When the Rangers lose, I feel good. Vegas shut out by Detroit 3-0. So do what you want with that information. And if memory serves me correct, Vegas is 5 points ahead of Edmonton for the Pacific League. 4 points, my fault. But anyway, that is it. Again, sorry for the brain fog. Maybe I need to do this stuff sooner after the game instead of waiting like a few hours after it, so I keep it fresh on my mind. I got work tomorrow in like 10 hours, so y'all have a good evening. I'll see y'all for the next game. Have a good night.